So guys, our form in the league has been dreadful since last episode. We have won one of our 4 league games, and today we have a massive match against Barnsley to determine our playoff chances. It's 6th v 7th. Let's see how we do. So guys, welcome back to episode 53 now of the Stones Rolling On Up series, and as I've already mentioned in the intro, our form with Maidstone has been pretty dire since last episode. If you did miss last time out when we faced off against second positioned Peterborough United and playoff chasing MK Dons, I would highly recommend going and watching. There should be a link to the video right above me for you to click on, because since then, when we actually did manage to get 2 very decent results, a win and a draw, we have won 1 game from a possible 5. It's just not going very well at all. As you can see from the schedule which I have on screen at the moment, our problem is scoring goals. We have scored 1 goal in 5 competitive fixtures. We've been defending pretty well. We've only conceded 1 goal in those 5 games, but we just can't score. I cannot understand why. I mean, I'm very, very tempted at the moment to changing up our formation and going with a more attacking one. But currently I have stuck with our 5 at the back, our patented wing-back play essentially. And although it's working for us defensively, going forward we are really, really struggling. Of course, I did go through last episode all the new signings we brought in after we sold our star striker Martin Gillespie. And I don't know if it's because of us losing him or what has happened to make us just be so poor going forward now. Regardless of that fact though, we played table toppers Middlesbrough following on from last episode, and we got a 0-0 draw. I was very chuffed with this result. It was a really good performance from the lads. We then went away to league strugglers Walsall, and we then drew this one 0-0. This was in the league because straight away afterwards we had to play them in the EFL Trophy. I was pretty satisfied with the draw. We played pretty well. We made a lot of chances. We just couldn't put our chances away, unfortunately. But then afterwards we went away once again to Walsall, this time in the EFL Trophy. Walsall scored really early on and we just could not break them down. It was a really poor performance, and we went out of the EFL Trophy semi-final and didn't get to reach that final at Wembley. I wasn't too fussed about this because at the end of the day the league is the priority. But we then bounced back straight away at Ipswich Town, a really tough game away at Portman Road, and we got the job done. We won it 1-0. We just about scraped it. It was a decent goal from Zach Swanson, and we managed to kind of hold out and seal the game off. We played really well. You can see from the player ratings on the right-hand side, our midfielders, especially Canas in particular, played really well, created a lot of chances. But again, we struggled to put any away other than the 1 goal from Swanson. Still, we got the win. We got the win we needed. And then we took Cambridge on at home, who were in the relegation zone. And again, a 0-0. Very much a recurring theme, a very frustrating theme as well. In the league though, it hasn't hurt us too badly because we are sitting in 7th. We're a place higher than we were last episode, and we're only 4 points behind Barnsley, who we play today. It's the first match of this episode, a hugely important one as well. If we can beat them today, we will be only a point behind them with 8 games remaining in the league. After the Barnsley game as well, we also take on Fleetwood, but Barnsley is the first one up. In terms of how we're lining up for the game, it's as full strength as we can be. It's Lewis Ward in net with Hutchinson, Kurt Perry and Craig Thorpe at the back. It's then Zach Swanson and then the lonely Fraser Greengrass at full-back. It's then Maddie Smith and Canas in midfield with Timothy Riviere in attacking midfield, the youngster on loan from Marseille. I'm then giving Peter McBride a game up front. It's one of his first starts. He's only started 2 games since he's arrived. Hasn't scored. He's really just poor. But I'm hoping he can maybe get us a big goal today. And he's playing alongside Ike Ugbo. At the moment, we're missing a lot of midfielders, really annoyingly. Max Power's injured. Cole Palmer is injured as well. And it's really hampered us in the midfield. So I'm hoping that isn't going to impact us too badly. But regardless, let's get into this game and see how we do against Barnsley in a massively vital match here. So then, let's submit our side and see how Barnsley are going to line up here at the Gallagher. They are going with a 4-2-3-1, so they're going pretty attacking. And we need to make sure we definitely don't lose, but we really need to win this game. Otherwise, the point difference is going to stay at 4 points, and it's going to be really difficult to overcome that. Let's get into the dressing room. I'm going to say to lads that we owe Barnsley because we lost against them last time out. I cannot for the life of me remember what the score was though, but the players always react well to that. Let's get out here in the amber and black at home, as I've already mentioned, and see if we can do the job. You can see the league table here. So, well, you could have done, but it's gone now. It is 4 points difference between us. I think they have better goal difference than us as well. So we can really do with maybe getting 1 or 2 goals against Barnsley here today and getting the job done. Canas with the ball out to Greengrass. This is one of his first starts. I'm looking forward to seeing how he does. It's a decent ball inside there. Riviere to Smith, Swanson, McBride, Ugbo. Really nice play. And, oh no, it's hit the post. It kind of ricocheted around and all of a sudden it fell to Peter McBride, who just smashed it on the volley. Really good effort. There's a corner here as well. Craig Thorpe, we've hit the bar. Oh my goodness, we've hit the woodwork twice in the opening 4 minutes. Oh, that is gutting. We could have so done with an early goal then, just to try and settle the nerves, because it's such an important game. It really is. Now, I thought I'd just mention, guys, as well, before we really get going into this match, I have only yesterday released a brand new experiment video on the channel. It's a 15-year transfer embargo experiment where I've put all of the top 5 leagues in Europe, so La Liga, Serie A, Bundesliga, Liga 1 and the Premier League under a transfer embargo. Hang on now, there's a chance here. Barnsley are through. Oh no. No. Oh, their first effort. And of course they have scored it. Oh, that is so frustrating. We look so good in those opening 5 minutes and then they get a ball played through. They just do. I'm not sure which defender it was. It was Hutchinson. They just do him completely and then they put it in the back of the net. There's an instant highlight. I'll just carry on saying what I was saying about with the experiment that I have released. So as I say, the top 5 leagues in Europe, they've all been placed under a 15-year transfer embargo. And essentially the experiment is to see what impact that has on those leagues and across European football. Will the small teams that get promoted into that league that don't have the embargo, for example, will they end up overcoming the big boys traditionally in those leagues? So there will be a link to it at the... there's an effort there from McBride. Just still cannot score. There will be a link to it right above me for you to click on if you want to have a look at the experiment. There will be a link to the video at the end of this episode as well. But as I say, it's quite an interesting one. There's a lot of crazy stuff that happens. So if you do want to have a look, feel free to have a watch of it. And oh my God, Lewis Ward. Lewis Ward has just completely screwed up there. That is so poor. The ball just loops over him. He comes out for it and he just gets no... Oh, Lewis Ward, that is terrible. Oh, it's so poor. Right, we're making a change because we are really, really struggling. Right, let's change up the formation. Right, Hutchinson was very, very poor for that first off, so I'm going to take him off. I'm going to bring on Juan Cruz because he's a very decent player. And Ugbo can go on the left as an inside forward. I'm going to put McBride as a deep line forward even. It's a bit of a risk, but I'm going to try him on this role here. And I'm going to put Riviere to an advanced playmaker. We're going to go something like this. I'm going to actually slow the pace down and see if maybe doing that can help us out. I'm going to say to work the ball into the box, take us off pass into space. I don't know if it's going to make a difference. I really don't. But we've got to give something like this a go, I think. I'm going to say to take the actual counter off as well because we're just not doing anything because we're making these chances but they're all like half chances and we're just not actually getting anything on target. Like, it's been really, really poor. So we'll see if we change up the formation if that can help us out. I really hope it can do, but it's so frustrating. This really is. I mean, we've looked really good to be honest since the change in tactic because we haven't seen us concede any more goals and we really dominated possession, but just nothing to show for it. I'm going to say aggressively, show me something else. It's really, really poor. Do we make a change perhaps? I'm wondering if I take off Peter McBride for Chandrinos. I think we do. I'm going to make him a poacher, actually. Go for something like this. I'm really just grasping at straws right now because at the moment this puts us down there into 9th. We are 7 points behind Barnsley if this stays as it is. Oh, come on, guys. Right, there is a highlight. If we can score now, we have a really good chance. If we concede again, that's basically us dead and buried in this game. It really would be. Oh, Barnsley. Can we get the ball off of this guy or are we just going to mow it? It's gone for it. Okay, right. Okay, we probably need to change up and maybe go a little bit quicker because this isn't working at the moment as I need it to be. I'm going to keep the ball into the box, but I'm going to get us playing a little bit quicker. See if maybe that, increasing the tempo, increasing the types of passing we're doing, can maybe have an impact. I don't know. I don't understand why we've been so poor recently. I really don't. I mean, we look decent on the ball. We whenever I see the highlights of us, we always look good on the ball, but it just seems to be that final third we're just so poor in for whatever reason. Canas with the ball here, out to Greengrass, back to Canas. Good effort. What a goal, son. What a goal. Really good goal there from Canas. It keeps us alive in this game. That could be a massive goal. Really could be. I don't know what we do though. Let's keep it as it is. I'm not going to make a change just yet. In fact, no, I am now, because we're running out of time. Rivier's having a really poor game, so I'm going to take him off. I'm going to bring on Tafani, I think. And I'm going to make him an advanced forward. We'll go something like this. It's going to be a really attacking formation. We're going to go attacking, and I'm going to work the ball into box off. And we're going to go a bit more passing to space. Something like this. See how this does. I'm not going to change up the tempo or the start of passing just yet. I'm going to say to the lads tomorrow morning, there's a highlight. We've got a corner. Maddie Smith's corner. Come on. Ugbo. Canas again. Oh my God, we've hit the woodwork again. The third time in this game. We are utterly dominating Barnsley. They've had 2 shots on target, scored them both. We've had 9 on target, scored 1. 23 overall. Well, I'm going to make Ugbo more attacking. I'm going to make Swanson a supportive wing back. I'm going to go like this. I'm also going to make Greengrass an attacking wing back as well. We just got to go for this now. We really do. Oh, we're running out of time. We are running out of time. I don't even know. I don't know. We've lost this game, haven't we? Oh, that is so frustrating. This is the exact epitome of how we've been in the past few games. Creating chances, looking pretty decent, just not able to put any away. 24 shots, 10 on target, to Barnsley's 6 shots overall, 2 on target, and we lose 2-1. Oh, so frustrating. That now means we are 7 points behind Barnsley in 6th place. We have got one hell of a job on our hands to pull this back. We really have. Well, though, we've got next to play Fleetwood, who are down in 17th. So hopefully we can maybe get a better job over them and try and claw back some points over Barnsley. So I'll see you at that game in a few seconds. So guys, here we are now ready for what is our second game of the episode, and this time away at Fleetwood. And you'll notice I've changed the formation up slightly. I've gone with relatively a similar team. It's Lewis Ward in net. Zach Viner is then coming back in defence alongside the returning Harry Clark and Craig Thorpe. It's then Swanson and McCallum now at fullback, with Riviere, the returning and fully fit Cole Palmer, and Juan Canas in midfield. I've pulled Cole Palmer back slightly because I kept finding that the attacking midfielder just wasn't getting involved enough for me. So I've dropped him back slightly deeper, and I'm playing a slightly more possession-based tactic to see if this can maybe do anything. I've kind of tweaked with things like this in the past kind of few weeks in game, and it did look okay, so I'm going to try it like this. I've then got Tafani and I've got Ike Ugbo as well up front. Tafani's going to play more as a deep lying forward role to see if maybe that can help interlink and kind of get the midfield and the attackers linking together properly, because we need to change something up because it just isn't working at the moment. But that's how we're going to line up for this game. Let's get into it and hopefully get a better result than the Barnsley game earlier on. So then, let's submit our side and see how Fleetwood are going to line up for this second game against us. Maybe this more possession-orientated tactic might do us a favour. They're playing quite a kind of flat midfield there at our Fleetwood, a 4-5-1. Going to be interesting how this works against our 5 at the back formation. Let's get into the dressing room now. I'm going to say that we're the favourites, and I have faith in the lads. It's also worth noting, lads, as well, just before we get going, I actually, very last minute, have just put Chandrinos up front instead of Ugbo. I just felt that Ugbo hasn't scored in ages, so you'll see that Chandrinos is now up front instead of Ike Ugbo. Literally in between me watching the clip of my doing my tactics and then looking at this screen here, I decided to make that change. But first 15 minutes here, very quiet, not seeing anything. We have got an early corner though. Tafani taking it. Thorpe at the far post, just over the bar. I have actually just signed Craig Thorpe, our centre-back, down to a long-term deal. I think he's now got a 3-year contract. So that's quite a good sign that he's willing to stay. He's improved quite a lot, actually. Him and Canas in midfield and there's also, I believe it's actually Tafani, have all improved pretty well. That is really, really poor there. I didn't see who actually was divvying on the ball. It's a good first tackle, brilliant block. Who the hell got that block in there? I want to see who it was. Who got the block? No, I couldn't see who got the block. Well, whoever it was basically just saved our bacon, because Fleetwood should have scored then. We got very, very lucky, but thankfully we didn't concede. We've got a free kick here from Cole Palmer. He whips it in. Harry Clark, he heads over though. We've not looked too bad these opening few minutes, but we're not really creating the types of chances that I want us to be creating, considering the fact we're playing this more possession-orientated tactic, because we haven't actually had a single chance on target yet. And because in fact I've got work ball into box, and the point of that is that you're supposed to have that kind of better chances, we're not seeing that. Swanson no crosses it into McCallum. Chandrinos, oh, he flicks it over. Oh, that wasn't actually a bad effort, that. Really wasn't. I mean, it's not been a bad kind of opening 30-40 minutes here. Really hasn't, but just nothing to show for it. We're being pretty dominant, looking pretty good. I think the change tactic is a good one, considering what's going on here, but just nothing to show for it just yet. Tafani, he's headed it in. It's gone in. Gianmarco Tafani, it's his first goal for absolutely ages, I think before January. So, boy, that almost 3 months. He's scored. He's given us a massive goal here away at Fleetwood. Really good looped header there to the opposite side of the net. He kind of just flicks it back kind of from where it came from. Lovely header. Keeper has no chance. Brilliant finish from the youngster. Fantastic from Tafani. That currently puts us up onto 61 points. And if results stay the same, we will be only 4 points behind 6th place Wigan, I just saw there as well. Right, I'm going to say assertively to lads, do not get complacent. We need this. We really, really do. I'm going to say that you weren't that bad. Everyone seems pretty happy with that team talk. I'm going to keep an eye on the Fleetwood formation in case they change anything up. But at the moment, I'm not going to change anything myself in how we're playing, because we're playing very, very well. I am considering though making a straight swap, because Swanson I saw is currently yellow carded. I don't want him getting sent off at the right back role. Riviere though has the ball. He's just recycled it out to Sam McCallum. Can he get the ball in the box? He's got it back to Canas, who currently is by far player this season. Hang on, Swanson, he must have heard me. He must have heard me saying I might take him off, because he's just scored and made it 2-0. Get in there. Really good header from Zach Swanson. A really good assist from Canas. Just as I'm saying, he's probably our player of the season currently. He's had a phenomenal year. I think he's currently got the most player of the matches in the entirety of League One. He has been so, so good. He really has. It's a shame we haven't had the players up front to actually put his chances away, because if he had, he'd have probably the most assists in the league by a distance. Right, I am going to make a change there, because I noticed we're getting quite a few bookings at the back. I'm going to take off Viner for Abua. And I am now going to take off Zach Swanson, just because of the fact I don't want a booked fullback. I'm also going to make Senior more defensive and take the overlap off from that side as well. I'm thinking we may lower the tempo and go a bit more defensive as well once we hit the 80th minute. In fact, we are going to, if the game will let me. There we go. I'm going to say to hold our shape. I'm also going to say to start wasting time and to stop the overlap on that left-hand side as well. And I'm going to make one other change, and that will be taking McCann off for Danny Preston and making Preston more defensive as well. I'm also going to make Cole Palmer slightly less attacking in that midfield role. Hopefully this can help us out. Come on, we're getting towards the end of the game. No, there's a highlight in the 89th minute. Do not concede now. We do not need to do what Tottenham did on the weekend just now when they lost a 3-goal lead. Holy hell, that has just pinged across the goal line. Wow, we got very lucky there. That could have gone very, very badly. But we've gotten away with it. And I think we may be getting all 3 points here. Come on, lads. Let's get a 2-0 win. Let's secure this. We have. Get in there. Fantastic result. Really, really difficult game. But we've got the job done. Really, really pleased with that. The change of formation worked. The going slightly more possession-based seemed to have done a very good job there. We've won it 2-0 away at a tough Fleetwood side, and we are back to within 4 points of 6th place. We have 7 games remaining. We can still do this. It's going to be tight, but we do still have a chance. Let's take a look at our schedule and have a look at what we're going to come back for next episode. So, of course, we have some big games coming up, and I do think it makes sense just to come back before the last few games of the season, because of the fact this is going to become very tight. We do actually have Wigan in only a game's time. And of course, Wigan are the team that are currently in 6th place. So I think it might make sense for us to come back very, very quickly for Wigan away and then Shrewsbury away as well. And then we can probably come back for the last 2 games of the season in what may well be our final episode of the entire series. But next episode, guys, will be Wigan away and Shrewsbury away in League One. So then, guys, that just about wraps up today's episode, and I think we can safely say not too bad a performance from us, to be totally honest. Of course, we did disappointingly lose that first game, I think quite undeservedly. The amount of times we hit the woodwork and the fact that Barnsley only had 2 shots on target, yet we lost 2-1 is quite disappointing, but we can't be too harsh on lads because they did still play well. But then we thankfully bounced back against Fleetwood when we've changed up that formation and now got that 2-0 win over them. Massive for our chance of reaching a playoff spot, it really is. But of course, come next episode when we have that difficult game with Wigan, who are currently the 6th place side, it could all be up for grabs around about that time. Of course, it's going to be a very quick gap between this episode and next episode, so it's going to be all to play for, it really is. Hopefully, though, guys, you have enjoyed today's episode. If you have, then please do chuck a like on it because it really does help the channel out. And also, guys, let me know down in the comment section what you think of our chances of reaching the playoffs are. Do you think we can do it? I'm really hopeful that we can, especially with the possibility this is probably going to be our last season with Maidstone in FM20. So I really hope that we can reach them. Also, guys, do you think the change formation is a good one to go slightly more possession based? Let me know down in the comments section. As well, guys, if you are looking forward to seeing any more of my content, whether that being the Maidstone series here on FM20, the Stones Rolling On Up, or any of my upcoming FM21 content, then do make sure to subscribe to the channel to keep updated with everything here on LS Plays FM. Also, guys, I do just want to say a massive thank you as well, by the way, because we this week have hit 100 subscribers on the channel, which I cannot quite believe because I only started on YouTube around about 3 months ago in July. So they've hit that landmark already is amazing. So a massive thank you to all of you guys watching here on YouTube. And as I mentioned earlier in the episode as well, guys, we do also have that brand new experiment video. It should be linked here on my left for you to click on. So if you do want to take a look at that 15-year transfer embargo experiment, then just use the link next to me and it will take you to that video. But guys, thank you very much for watching. I will see you again next time.